Life has meaning. Thank you. Where's the applause? Wait, where are my views? I said the thing. I talked about some piece of media that has a diehard fan base because they're all trauma bonded to the person that they were when they consumed it. I've related it back to the point I've made every video, just paraphrased so it looks like I've said something different. Why don't people keep watching me? I feel like most long-form philosophical content on YouTube are ruined by the fact that people keep making them. That is not to say that explaining philosophy or content made to give you an existential crisis are innately bad. Quite the opposite. I think these types of content, when done well, are some of the best there is on this platform. But that's the thing. This content in excess and in just mid-quality, it's something you can really easily get tired of. People aren't looking for an existential crisis every day. They're looking for shit to eat their food to. Content that you can just passively experience and not have to feel. This, I think, is part of why people are like, oh, the authentic part of YouTube is dying. The quote-unquote real content isn't getting shown by the algorithm because people would much rather consume haha funny slop content. Think about the last like 10 videos you've watched and how many of them are just entertaining. Now, if you spent even 30 minutes a day scrolling short-form content, you're disqualified from thinking. Because you already know that the things you're watching are just, entertainment. Slop isn't innately bad either. Something that makes your day brighter is probably just as, if not more, life-saving than being guided to a better way of thinking. Innately, I think deep introspective content is just harder to be in the proper mindset to 1. Be willing to watch, and 2. Really get into. But if it's what you want to make, how do you get people to consume that content? How do you bridge the it's not what people are looking for? Well, I think someone like Jacob Geller does it very well. He uses media, usually games, as a bridge to connect something that audience likes to the funny philosophical content that he wants to impart. This is, I think, why so many meaning of Dark Souls videos do well. There is a diehard community of people that love this game, and through their love of the game, you can expose them to deeper underlying themes. And if they're interested in those, they can go look them up for themselves. But basically, you take something people love and reframe it into an even more profound experience that only you can give because you are smart enough to be able to impart this idea onto people who wouldn't normally be able to understand it. Similarly, you can go the Exterbia route. To my knowledge, there isn't anyone that does it quite like him on this platform. His videos are basically short stories that have the theme of sci-fi existential dread with the goal of giving you the sense that we are so small in the universe but there is hope, or just being snobby depressing English turtle man with an accent. So, point is, taking concepts and making the viewer experience things you want through a whole new piece of content that only you can deliver. Because anyone can talk about Dark Souls, but only you can make the sci-fi story that will make people existential. Now, the simplest but hardest to sustain is just being introspective. This is people who sit in front of a camera and talk about their lives and their personal philosophies they've learned from the shit that they've experienced. This is hard to succeed on consistently because I think this is something that everyone can do for themselves. Everyone can have a profound experience that will change their lives. And I think that's why these like life philosophy YouTube channels don't succeed or don't get high views in every video because they're not exactly doing anything new. They're just rehashing their lives. This is no flame. This type of content, if you like it, it's good. If you like doing it, even better. I just get why it's so hard to succeed on YouTube while doing it. Because I think it takes being someone like Savannah Brown to do it. She has good titles, good speaking voice, interesting topics, and very good at telling her stories in a unique way. But most of all, she's just smart as fuck. I think the problem with trying to be a philosophy channel on YouTube is just the fact that you have to be incredibly talented to make these videos that people want to see. It takes a really good understanding of your philosophy and the media you want to use, plus a good speaking voice and decent editing. It takes so much effort to get to the point where you can consistently make good analytical shit and this, if you hadn't noticed, is just a rant for myself. I can see that this is my current limit with the content I make. I can feel that I'm not talented enough. I can feel my brain aching when I write. Whenever I sit down and try to make something, I can feel the limits of my intelligence. If only I could phrase this better, or if I didn't have to rest in between paragraphs to think of this idea, I could be more efficient, I could be more eloquent, I could just be more. People who are good at this, their brains go from 1 to 100 backwards and in odd and even pairs, while I'm here stuck trying to count with my fingers and I feel it. The death grip of knowing that this is the maximum of your capabilities and it's going to take years of time and effort and practice to succeed, but you want it now. You want to win now, when it hurts to know that maybe if you just started earlier or read more books instead of playing your stupid games or just were born a little bit smarter, you'd have an edge. But fuck it, play the hand you were dealt, silly boy, it's your only way out. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.